yoga practice has become more important than ever. The first principle in yoga is nonviolence. Okay, let's go ahead and release. We'll raise the arms up. And we'll come around with the left hand. Nonviolence is a good message for everybody. Law enforcement and people who are rioting. Life is precious. Let's inhale up, and the breath is precious. So nonviolence is a unifying principle. And I think the yoga teachers are really going to be focusing on this. And we can all help bring this into the forefront of awareness and conversation. And up and down. And let's bring the right leg in and rock the leg from side to side. So good reading material, anything on Gandhi or books by Martin Luther King, also good right now. Good, let's hug that that right leg in. And then lowering down. And let's go ahead and give the left leg a rock. And then we'll hug the leg in. And we'll bring it down. And let's come into a table position. Good. And bring the buttocks back. Stretch the shoulders. And then let's come forward with the hips, lift the head, And then come down into a sphinx with the elbows underneath the shoulders. And turn the head from side to side. Okay. And you can either stay in the Sphinx with the elbows under the shoulders, or if you want something more difficult, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders instead and press up into a cobra. So I'm going to stay with the Sphinx. Like a really gentle experience this morning. Every breath, precious, deep, slow, steady. Okay, and let's turn the head over to one side. We'll bend our knees and bring the legs from side to side. Side to side. So what we're trying to do is get some release in our back as we move the legs from side to side. Okay, good. And then with the chin down on the floor, just go ahead and take your right leg, bring it up and bring it across. So you're bringing your right foot toward the floor or to touch the floor. And you're pressing the front of your right shoulder downward. Okay, let's go ahead and release. And then lift your left leg up and bring it across. And press down with the front of your left shoulder. Okay, good. And release. And let's bring the body onto the back. Bring the knees in. Rock from side to side. Nurture your back with this movement. Let's do some strengthening for the core. We'll bring our hands behind the head and take it up and down in the way that's right for you. Up and down. Good. Come down with the head, pull the right knee in, and lift and lower your left leg. You can keep the leg bent or straighten it out. Good. Let's go ahead and pull the left knee in and right leg up and down. Good. And both knees in again, rock from side to side. Okay. And for our twist this morning, instead of the spinal twist, let's do the knee down twist. So we're lying on our back and we'll just guide the right knee across. And we'll have the right arm out in a 90-degree angle with the torso and the head turning to the right. And take the breaths. And just see that there is no pain, just a gentle twist. And let's release the twist. And we'll stretch the body along, heels out. And then left knee in. And guiding that knee across with the right hand. And try to press your left shoulder blade down into the floor. Turn your head to the left. And give your body a gentle wringing out. Okay, good. And release. And plant the feet on the floor. And just press the feet down and lift the hips. And a gentle bridge. All the world is just a narrow bridge. And the important thing is not to fear. Not to fear at all. Yes, of course, we're wisely afraid not to put our hand in a hot flame. But there's so much unnecessary fear. But there's one fear that's a healthy fear, I think. And that's the fear of not doing what we're here to do, not doing our part, the part that our Creator gives us. That's what I'm afraid of, not doing my part. Just want to do my part, whatever that is. I think that's a good fear. Okay, let's come down. And we'll bring the torso toward the right leg. Good. When we do our part, so many of our other fears just fall away. We're too busy doing our part. And we know that we'll have the protection that we need. Our soul will have protection, and the body tends to be pretty well cared for too if the soul is in its right alignment with its Creator. Now, there may be no guarantee about the body, so we can't be too attached to things that are material. We try to protect them, but we want to make sure that the one inside the body, the one that lives in the body, the soul, is in its proper alignment with the Creator. And I think that's what yoga is really about. Yoga means union. Okay, so let's come out of our gentle half circle and we'll extend the left leg out. Right foot is in. And let's come forward and up, down, and up. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So let's focus our mind now on what's present, the breath or the sensations. More and more we're gaining mastery of our attention. And that's going to serve very well. Come on down, grab hold, and stretch the back of your left leg. How deeply can you breathe here? Squeeze the buttocks. Take both arms up and then lower your right hand down. And come on up onto your right knee. Try to line up right hand, right knee, some aspect of your left foot. And stretch open the left side of the body and the front of the body with a half circle. Very good to have some fresh air flowing through the room. Take in the oxygen. We can breathe, and we're going to make the most of our life, giving voice to things that are meaningful and important, standing up for what's right. Not shirking our responsibility. Okay, let's come down. Now, if you'd like to do the frog, you can, but there's another stretch that stretches the thighs and the groin muscles called the bound butterfly. That's what I'm going to work with this morning. So you can take hold of your feet if you want to do the bound butterfly. If you want to do the frog, go ahead. In the bound butterfly, the spine it's very gentle for the spine. It's not much, but the stretch we're looking for is in the thighs and the groin muscles. So you can press your knees down. Some people press their elbows into the shins. And let's breathe. Let's take 5 breaths. And let's bring the hands behind the body. So from the bound butterfly, lifting the buttocks and pressing the feet into one another. So this changes things a little bit. Actively pressing the feet into one another. Okay, let's go ahead and release. Just take a moment to make some circles with your wrists. As one develops self-control and self-mastery, one masters anger, becomes in control of anger, and of course, this is a great help if we want to practice nonviolence. So this is the practice. Let's change the direction of the movement. Let's practice it. Let's teach it. Let's do all we can to spread the message. We're on a mission. We may start with ourselves, but it definitely doesn't need to end there. Interlace the fingers and press the palms out. Cave the chest in. And then let's bring the body into a table position. And the downward facing dog. Toes curl under, lift the knees up, bring the head right between the arms and press the heels down. Stretch the back of the legs. Okay, knees down and right into a squat. And let's try to have the soles of the feet on the floor now. And straighten the spine up with the torso. And then if you'd like, you can bring the arms out. But if it starts to feel painful on the back, just keep your hands on your thighs. Either way, we're contracting our upper leg muscles. Feels gentler to keep the hands on the legs for me. Gentle is good today. Okay, if you'd like a little more of a challenge, then you can straighten the legs for a moment, lift the heels, and bend the knees. And again, hands either on the thighs or arms up, parallel to the floor. Okay, the awkward pose. And the feet turn in, the knees come together, the arms come up. Bend, and let's put on a little smile. Can you keep your composure under difficulty? Every day we practice yoga, we're practicing moving through difficulty. Continuing to breathe and keeping cool. Okay, let's release the rag doll. Torso comes down, head is hanging, arms are hanging. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a rest. Ragdoll is not a working pose. It's not a willful pose. It's a surrendering of the will. Okay, squeeze the buttocks. It will help support your spinal muscles. Come on up. And then let's raise the arms up. And we have the half moon circe. Press the left hip out, pull with the right hand. And notice how your breath is flowing. Deep, slow, and steady is the ideal. A strong connection. The yogi has a strong connection, a lot of energy, and he tries his best or her best to use the energy for good, for love, kindness, helping others. Let's come on up, and we'll come over to the other side. Pull with the left hand. Stretch the right side of the body. Okay, let's come up to center. Now you can either keep your arms up, framing your head, or you can give your arms a rest and also support your back muscles by bringing the hands on the low back and buttocks. And we give a little press forward with the hips, opening the chest. And take a few breaths. Okay. And release the backward bend and a forward bend. You can keep your hands on your thighs. If you want it to be more difficult, you can have your arms out into it with a T position with your torso or up overhead. And we'll try to bring our belly right up against the quads, and we'll wrap the arms around the legs, elbows behind the knees as much as you can, hands on the back of the ankles, top of the head down, tailbone lifting up. And breathe. Okay, release the grip, squeeze the buttocks, come on up, all the way up. Let's complete our active session with the tree. So if you want to be near a wall for support, you can. The weight comes on the right foot and leg. Left foot comes up. And if you have your foot on a joint, on your knee joint, be very gentle. Some yoga teachers would say, don't even put the foot on the joint. But if it's very gentle, I have been putting my foot on my joint for many years. You choose what is right for you and learn as you go. Okay. So much to learn. Every day we can make progress. Okay, all the weight on the left foot and leg. Right foot comes into position, either just putting your foot on top of your left foot or somewhere higher up on the leg. Some people will put it on the front of the leg. Another option. Hands in front of the chest, and then arms up, eyes focused. Left foot is solidly planted. Left leg is solidly strong, like a tree. Crown of the head lifting, fingers reaching. And then let's go ahead, lowering down. And once again, coming into the ragdoll. And then let's take a moment to complete our practice in a relaxation position. So just lying down on the back. And take in a few deep breaths before letting go and allowing the breath to flow all by itself. Body is supported by the floor. May we have a sense of faith and trust in our support. And you can either complete your practice in the lying down position, or if you prefer to come up into a seated position for some closing words. None of us are perfect. But we do want to have a sense of peace and well-being within us, and we also want to help bring a world of peace and well-being. And there are some universal principles that have been around for a long time. It's true for everybody, of all religions and those without a religion at all. And I'm just going to end our session today just by sharing these principles. It's something to think about toward having more of an experience of peace and more peace in the world. 5 principles today. Do not kill. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal or kidnap. Do not bear false witness. Do not covet anything of your fellows. Shalom, namaste, shanti, peace.